In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General did something unprecedented. He issued a public health advisory. Not about a virus, not about drugs, not about cancer, about loneliness. He called it an epidemic as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And most Americans had no idea it was even happening. Right now, at this very moment, you're living through one of the biggest social shifts in American history, and nobody's talking about it. This is the story of how America stopped going outside, and why 50 years from now, historians will point to this decade as the moment everything changed. Let's go back to 1995. A Saturday afternoon in any American town. The mall is packed. Teenagers hang out at the food court. The local diner has a line out the door. The bowling alley is fully booked. Friends meet at the movies. These places had a name. Sociologists called them third places. Not home, not work, but the spaces in between where community happened. Now fast forward to 2024. That same mall, half empty. The diner, struggling. The bowling alley, luxury apartments. The movie theater, closed. The teenagers are in their rooms on their phones. The parents are scrolling Amazon. The friends are streaming at home. And nobody noticed when it happened. Here's what the data shows, and it's genuinely shocking. Between 2003 and 2022, the average American's time spent with friends dropped by nearly 70%. 70%. In 1985, most Americans said they had 3 close friends they could talk to about important matters. By 2021, the most common answer was 0. 0 close friends. 1 in 3 Americans now say they have no one they can rely on in a crisis. In the last 20 years, America has lost 65,000 independent restaurants and bars. Bowling alleys down 40%. Churches seeing their lowest attendance in recorded history. The places where Americans used to accidentally bump into each other and form connections are disappearing. And we're just now starting to understand what we've lost. Meet Sarah. She's 34, living in Phoenix with a good job and 847 Facebook friends. She's also desperately lonely. 0 in-person friends. Her office went remote. She orders everything online. In an average week, she has 0 real human interactions. Marcus is 67, retired in Michigan. His coffee shop closed. His bowling league disbanded. His book club went virtual and never came back. Now he spends most days alone watching TV. Different ages, different cities, same story. And they're not unusual. They're millions. The new normal in a country that's more crowded than ever, but more isolated than any point in modern history. So what happened? 3 things hit all at once. First, technology changed everything. Why risk seeing your ex at Blockbuster when you can stream at home? Why brave traffic to meet friends when you can video chat in pajamas? Why join a bowling league when you can game online? Americans now spend 11 hours a day looking at screens. Technology promised to connect us. Instead, it gave us permission to stay home. Second, COVID normalized isolation. For 2 years, staying home wasn't just acceptable, it was virtuous. Habits formed. And when the world reopened, millions realized they'd gotten comfortable being alone. The coffee shop reopened, but the regulars never came back. They discovered they could make coffee at home. Third, the economy made third places too expensive. Commercial rent skyrocketed. Small businesses couldn't compete with corporations. A local bookstore can't compete with Amazon. A neighborhood bar can't compete with Uber Eats and Netflix. The result? The spontaneous, unplanned interactions that used to define American life now seem risky, inconvenient, or just unnecessary. Here's why this matters, and why historians will study this moment. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. Chronic loneliness increases early death risk by 26%. It's worse for your health than obesity. Dementia risk up 50%. Stroke risk up 32%. But it's not just health. Community spaces are where democracy happens, where neighbors with different politics actually talk. When those spaces disappear, we retreat into bubbles. We forget how to disagree respectfully. Political scientists now draw direct lines between the death of third places and the rise of political extremism. And economically, every closed diner is lost jobs. Every shuttered bowling alley is tax revenue gone. Entire towns with vibrant main streets now have nothing. Young people leave. Those who stay face even more isolation. A self-reinforcing cycle of loneliness, economic decline, and social collapse. But here's the thing, this isn't inevitable. Barcelona is creating pedestrian superblocks that force neighbors to see each other. Community life is returning. Seattle is opening third-place community centers designed for hanging out. No purchase required. Cities are offering tax breaks to businesses that function as gathering spots. Coffee shops hosting book clubs. Bars reserving space for game nights. Libraries are reinventing as true community hubs. Not just books, but workshops, game nights, conversation clubs, free and welcoming. And individuals are making changes, putting down phones, joining local groups, talking to neighbors, becoming regulars at local spots. Because once you see the problem, you can't unsee it. Here's what you need to understand. Right now, today, you're living through a historical inflection point. 50 years from now, there will be museum exhibits about this era. Historians will mark this as the decade when American social life fundamentally changed. When we went from a society built on physical proximity to one built on digital isolation. They'll ask, why did Americans stop leaving their houses? How did an entire society forget how to be neighbors? And they'll look at the consequences, the mental health crisis, the political polarization, the economic devastation, the epidemic of loneliness that killed as many people as any disease. But they'll also ask, did anyone fight back? Did anyone realize what was happening and time to do something? That's the question we're answering right now. With our choices, with where we spend our time, with whether we show up. The Surgeon General's advisory wasn't just another government report, it was a warning, a flashing red light that something is fundamentally broken. The good news? It's not too late. Third places can come back. Communities can rebuild. We can remember how to be neighbors again, but only if we choose to. Only if we understand that every time we choose the screen over the street, the algorithm over the neighbor, the convenience over the community, we're making a choice. And those choices add up. To a society, to a culture, to history. So here's the question, what kind of history do you want to be part of? Maybe this week, instead of ordering in, you go to a local restaurant, sit at the bar, talk to the person next to you. Maybe you become a regular. Maybe you join that book club you've been thinking about. Or show up to something, anything, where you might accidentally meet your neighbors. Because the death of third places isn't some abstract trend. It's the accumulated result of millions of individual choices, which means millions of individual choices can reverse it. This is the story historians will tell about us. Let's make sure it's a good one. Hit subscribe if you want more stories about today's news that's becoming tomorrow's history. Next time, we're covering why Gen Z is the first generation expected to be poorer than their parents, and the warning signs everyone missed. Thanks for watching. Now go outside and talk to someone.